Good evening and welcome to the Epica Awards, broadcast live from Paris. Just to remind you, Epica is the Editors and Publishers International Creative Awards. My name is Mark Tungate and I'm the Editorial Director of Epica, which among other things means that I host our jury of journalists. But like all awards, we also have a jury president. This year our president is David Greiner, the former international editor of Adweek, who recently co-founded the non-profit Creative Ladder, which aims to bring more diversity to the industry. In a moment we'll take a look at the gold winners, but first of all I wanted to thank everyone who entered. As usual, I wish we could give everyone a prize. A special mention for our entrants from Ukraine. They were allowed to enter for free, but given the situation, I'm amazed at the amount of work they sent us. At the same time, we were not open to Russian entries this year. While we have a lot of respect for Russian creatives, we felt that we had to take a stand. On a lighter note, I'd also like to thank our jury of journalists. More than 200 reporters and senior editors around the world studied the work. You'll see some of them later during the Grand Prix debates. We're going to show the gold winners only for each category, then find out who's won the Grand Prix in PR, innovation, media, print, design, digital, responsibility and film. Silver and bronze winners will be posted on our website tomorrow morning. The first group is PR, which these days can embrace everything from press relations to social media campaigns. So let's go right ahead and find out who won gold. There are some fascinating case studies, but we've taken the liberty of editing them a bit to get to the core of the idea.
Heinz ketchup. The red magic. Thicker, richer Heinz.
Well, how about this one?
Heinz is releasing a fashion collection
with online resale platform ThredUp.
The Heinz Vintage Drip Collection, featuring clothing with ketchup stains.
The collection features second-hand designer pieces and streetwear.
Louis Vuitton,
Gucci and Burberry.
each with a unique Heinz stain.
You could call it condiment couture.
No, you gotta have that drip. I love this. They're celebrating imperfections, sustainability.
Just because it's like an imperfection doesn't mean you can throw the whole thing away, right?
Heineke on play action. There's Fowler in the backfield. Heineke gets away, lobs it in the end zone, and it's caught! Taylor Heineke, big time gain! Heineke's pass is caught! Into the end zone, diving in, and Heineke has a Washington touchdown!
Taylor Heineke.
Heineke.
Has that endorsement deal come through yet?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Yeah. At some point, I might just start calling out Bud Light, you know.
Washington's quarterback is partnering with a beer company, and it's not the one you're probably thinking of.
Periods. A topic so taboo that no one in India, not even mothers, talk about it. The only place where girls could have learnt about it is school. But because of the same taboo, even the National Council of Education never printed this chapter. Introducing the missing chapter. Together with P&G Whisper, we designed a chapter for schoolgirls to understand the simple biology behind periods. The conversation was sparked with a film about 3 rebellious girls on a mission to spread period education. The red piece of paper became the symbol of our revolution. News channels picked up the missing chapter and read it live on prime time TV.
Missing chapter Aru strong, Aru healthy.
To reach the remotest parts of India, we adapted the chapter in 28 native art styles and languages and put it on school and village walls.
The early 90s. Belgium attracted clubbers from all over Europe. They came to dance to music they'd never heard before. A legendary time. And every legend has its icon. La Rocca. Birthplace of epic DJ careers. A hotspot for superstars. And the epicenter of nightlife extravaganza. After 33 years, La Rocca's story came to an end. The news was brutal. Imagine this. You're Jumbo Supermarkets and you're demolishing this dance temple. Your future clients are turning their backs on you. So, Jumbo decided to give the club back to its fans. Get your part of the legend. We sent original bricks from the facade around the world to be signed by iconic DJs. 450 bricks became 450 relics. Then we launched our campaign. We invited La Rocca fans to get their memories set in stone. The DJs also shared their memories and became ambassadors for the campaign.
Finn.no is Norway's leading online marketplace where you can buy everything from real estate to vintage toenail clippers. Their brand mascot for the last 10 years is this cat.
Jeg gikk forbi en plakat her på torget hvor det står et Munch-museum for deg som ikke fikk billetter til Munch-museet.
To celebrate the new Munch Museum, everyone in Norway was invited to a grand opening.
In my art, I have sought to explain to myself life and its meaning.
But the tickets sold out in seconds, so most ordinary people couldn't get in. But like so many things, you can fix it with Finn. On Finn.no, we found everything we needed to create our very own Munch Museum. Munch mugs, Munch pictures, posters, puzzles, plates, toys, paintings by amateurs, and genuine prints by Warhol were all carefully curated and exhibited just around the corner from the other museum. And on the same day as the other grand opening, we had our very own for the ordinary people. Unlike the other museum, all of the art was for sale, and all of it sold out on the opening night, all except one painting. One of the Warhols was donated to a charity event and auctioned live on national TV. In total, our Munch Museum made more than 200,000 Norwegian kroners for charity. With thousands of visitors and amazing press coverage in national news, the museum was a great success.
Due to recent pandemic, Norway experienced a baby boom with a national increase of 5.5%. For soon-to-be parents, finding a unique baby name can prove to be far more challenging than making one.
IKEA Norway is offering to help Norwegians with baby names using their name bank with more than 800 listings drawn from the names IKEA has given to its furniture.
Presenting the IKEA name catalog. More than 800 names got its own description based on the qualities you may inherit from the original product. Here's David, who lights up the room. And Sandra, who's a bit more laid back and comfortable.
Oh, good. Get ready for Swedish babies with names like Morbilenga and Fjädermuln.
We targeted soon-to-be parents through TV and social media. We placed a catalog in medical facilities. We attached name tags to children's furniture. And, of course, we made a digital version.
They just figured you should have something from IKEA that lasts more than a year. And that was the monologue.
How many do you have?
La circulation des véhicules va être limitée à 30 km/h dans la quasi-totalité de la capitale.
30 km/h. 30 km/h for the city of light.
J'en ai marre. Ils sont honteux.
C'est du racket pour nous.
Le concept sport distance a proposé aux coureurs de se faire flasher par les radars fixes de contrôle de la vitesse. La vidéo a été publiée sur les réseaux sociaux et forcément, elle remporte un immense succès.
As a journalist myself, I've been fascinated by the evolution of PR over the years. Now for something a little different. This year we created a brand new Grand Prix for innovation. It was previously the alternative Grand Prix, but we wanted to make a firmer commitment to rewarding category-defying work that moves our industry forward. Not an easy task for our jurors. You'll see who won the Grand Prix later on, but first let's see the golds competing for the big prize. Once again, case studies have been gently edited to bring out the crucial elements.
Галичина is a famous local dairy brand whose name means a historical and geographical region of Ukraine. The war forced millions of Ukrainians to leave their homes. Most of them moved to safer regions of the country, especially to Галичина, but still dreamed of returning to their native lands one day. Inspired by the power of Ukrainians, Галичина decided to turn its product into a symbol of a new reborn, strong and united nation, a tribute to our beautiful, indivisible Ukraine. We confessed our love to all 14 historical regions of the country by renaming the brand. Yes, 14 times. Soon all of the regions' names could be found on the shelves of supermarkets, and every Ukrainian could see a warm reminder of their native places. To support the campaign, we've created a commercial with the most important message in the world now: we instead of me. The media result can be described by the phrase, "the first milk in the world that made me cry." Not our fantasy, but people's words. Such an ordinary thing as milk bottle raised people's sense of love for their home.
I was born legally blind.
There are over 2.2 billion people with low vision in the world.
Credit cards used to have raised numbers, and now they're unfortunately losing that tactileness.
Which one is my credit card?
The touch card introduced an accessible system of notches that allowed anyone to identify their credit, debit, and prepaid cards with just a touch. The easy-to-learn geometric shapes were positioned so cardholders knew which way to insert the card. But how did we advertise the touch card when most media isn't made for low-vision people? We put audio descriptions at the center of our film instead of treating them like an afterthought.
Marjorie tilts her head. What's that sound? A shopping cart?
And for the first time, we used hidden codes so that screen readers could recognize banners and social posts.
This ad was designed to be read by your screen reader. It reads, Touch Card by MasterCard.
We created a mailer you could hear when you opened it.
Feel along the right edge and you'll notice 3 distinct notches.
Invented a guide to help low-vision people locate the card reader. And used 3D directional sound to recreate the store experience for radio. The touch card was covered in publications from business to tech.
We created a unique travel influence campaign.
J'avais prévu un gros voyage au Japon, tout tombe à l'eau en fait.
With a travel influencer who couldn't travel.
Et j'ai quand même trouvé un moyen de voyager.
Flying Blue, the Air France and KLM loyalty program presents My 2020 Travel Project. we suggested to a travel influencer, a member of the program, to send 30 cameras where he had planned to go in Tokyo. Like a message in a bottle, but with everything people needed to send it back.
Nous en avons reçu 4 appareils photo sur 30 qui sont revenus, c'est énorme.
He received hundreds of photos from total strangers. By discovering the faces and places of his cancelled trip, Jonathan finally traveled to Japan. This fresh travel content was turned into an entire influencer campaign.
Je viens de partager mes 4 photos préférées. Demain, je vous partage un mini documentaire qui raconte toute cette aventure, plus un site où vous pourrez retrouver davantage de photos. J'ai hâte d'avoir vos retours, vos ressentis.
Krombacher and Wacken Open Air present Growling Creatures, the first metal band formed by endangered animals. Introduced on the main stage in front of 83,000 metalheads. European bison, cuckoo, lynx and their threatened bandmates released a unique EP featuring 3 epic songs. Music videos and a growling challenge.
Growling creature!
Well, it's certainly going to be interesting to see who wins the Grand Prix. And on the subject of Grand Prix, we have yet another new one this year, which is media. Will it be won by a specialist media agency, a creative agency, or a digital maverick? You'll find out at the end. Suspense! First, let's see the gold winners.
$33 milhões de internautas brasileiros têm hábitos de consumo ilegal.
Movies, series, sports, but most of all, live football. But instead of going head-to-head with these pirate platforms, DirecTV Go, Brazil's streaming service that offers the Champions League, took advantage of them. Introducing The Pirate Match, a full 90 minutes fake football match stream that turns pirates into DirecTV Go customers. Since pirates are always looking for free streams, we created a search campaign promoting a match that everybody wanted to see. Once they clicked on one of those pirate links, they found a pirate match. Instead of United versus Atletico, this. Instead of this, this. And instead of great players, oh my goodness. 100% pirated game with fake jerseys, fake referees, fake commentators, and of course, fake football, leaving our foolish football fanatics with a pretty poor quality game experience. Just like pirate broadcast. Partway into the game, with one click, viewers could try the app for 7 days and watch the real game, for free and in HD. And what happened? Pirates of the Seven Seas loved us!
Lebanon is collapsing.
The scale of the crisis for ordinary Lebanese people is evident everywhere you look.
It is out of petrol, internet, electricity, food, medicine. The coming 2022 elections, however, provide a glimmer of hope in providing some stability. But the current government in a bid to hold on to power, has been making excuses to delay elections. Excuses such as the lack of paper and ink to conduct elections.
أقلام قرطاسية حبر انتخابي هو ناطر هو بدون فريش من وين؟
So to defend democracy, An-Nahar, the newspaper of the people, decided to publish the country's much-awaited 2022 elections edition by not printing it. Instead, An-Nahar donated the paper and ink from the unprinted edition to print voting ballots.
تحت عنوان مطبعنا الجريدة لنطبع صوتنا للتاريخ، أن الصحيفة لم تصدر طبعتها الورقية اليوم وستقدم الورقة والحبر لطباعة جزء من مستلزمات انتخابات عام 2022.
تصير الانتخابات بأي طرق من الطرق لازم تصير الانتخابات.
Found at every newspaper distributor in Lebanon on February 2nd was an empty news rack with a message explaining our cause and a link to an online edition. Trucks delivered that day's entire supply of paper and ink to the government's printing associate. The non-existent issue went viral.
Every part of this message was donated from another
Commercial.
Just like
Organ donation.
Inventory is limited, but
if you make the most of this opportunity, you could give someone an upgrade bonus.
We are having a big summer trade-in
to give
others a revolutionary new ride.
So become an organ donor,
and you can make
someone's life
more livable than ever.
It's the perfect gift that
Opens up new horizons
and can
save up to 8 lives. So take advantage of this exceptional offer and
become a donor.
Visit
organtissuedonation.ca.
En ganske spesiell veke, og derfor så har vi I TV2 et veldig spesielt værvarsel, og det ser slik ut. Den kommende veka så kan vi melde om at vi kommer til å se regnbåger både I Sør-Norge og I Nord-Norge, og det gjelder uansett hvordan været blir, og uansett hvor I landet du bor. Og vi har også
Now it's time for one of my favourite media, which is print. Unfortunately, in this digital era, we receive less and less print entries. So I'm afraid the selection is small, but I hope you'll appreciate the quality of these gold winners. You may be aware that the Epica Awards aren't just about advertising. We also have a design category, which we're going to show you right now. You'll see the Design Grand Prix winner later on, but for now just sit back in your well-designed seat and enjoy the golds.
FC Home & Deco presents the Friendly Breakup Collection. a new home furnishing collection that breaks up when you do. At FC, the largest home furnishing producer in Latin America, we designed a collection of furniture conceived as a unit that can be divided into two.
La agencia nos trajo la idea para un mercado que estaba siendo totalmente ignorado.
El desafío era crear muebles que se separen, pero que al mismo tiempo mantengan la estética y la función original.
The names of the Friendly Breakup collection were inspired by famous breakups. We did not only innovate in design, we did it in our e-commerce experience, so that the payment could also be split in two.
NUC presents The Safety Squad. After months of research, we've succeeded in transferring our temperature control technology from our baby bottles to a squad of printed characters dedicated to the safety of all babies. The principle is simple. Just pour a drop of hot milk in the mouth of one member of the squad. If it's too hot, our thermosensitive ink will prevent you from harming your little one. We massively deployed our safety squad to reach every parent on the go, wherever they would need to heat milk. On trains, planes, restaurants, waiting rooms, everywhere. Parents loved it. And the press too.
For over more than 4 decades, Portugal lived under a fascist dictatorship. The blue pencil, used to censor artists, became a symbol of repression. So to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the end of the fascist government, Penguin Books offered blue pencils to Portuguese contemporary artists. Using a technique known as blackout poetry, the writers had to choose from words present in the fascist constitution to create their own poems about freedom and love. The remaining words were covered by beautiful illustrations. Turning a symbol of repression into a book, a timeless masterpiece that celebrates freedom of speech. The Portuguese reconstitution was launched on the day of the Carnation Revolution. It became part of the permanent collection of the Aljube Museum, which is based in a former political prison. It's being used at schools to teach students the history of the revolution through art.
We're simply reinterpreting Bill and Margie's vision for a new generation of bourbon drinkers.
I'm seeing you operate. I'm seeing you seeing me too. And I like all the ways you shake, and I can relate to the ways you move. So come on into my habitat, or we can meet up anywhere you choose. And I'm keeping an open line to connect the dots from me to you. You got me under your fingertips, and you can have me anywhere you choose. And you got what I can't resist, and I'm into this to get close to you. We got it good.
The next group are always extremely difficult to judge: digital. The campaigns cover many platforms and vary in complexity, from a social media campaign to an adventure in the metaverse. And by the way, we introduced a metaverse category for the first time this year. Anyway, let's see what broke through.
Introducing Speaking in Colour from Sherwin-Williams, a global leader in colour coatings that is redefining how human and intuitive the colour experience can be. The first ever AI colour system is designed to help architects and like-minded visionaries find colours based on personal inspiration. All they have to do is say the words.
Let's try crystal clear Caribbean Ocean. Yeah, that's it.
Speaking in Colour is voice activated and instantly analyzes millions of images via a search algorithm and optical recognition technology to create a personalized colour palette. Through conversation and the intuitive power of AI, users easily discover,
maybe that's too blue. Let's lighten it up just a little bit.
Refine.
I like that. Let's add a little bit more green.
And find their 1 in a million colour.
I love it. That's perfect.
But that's just the beginning.
Let's see the colors from the art district in Miami.
Snow Canyon, Utah.
Sparkly and champagne at sunset.
Speaking in Colour is providing insights into cultural and geographical influences of individual hues to create the largest data set of colour attribution in the world.
Black Elevation Map is an uplifting domestic travel utility that visualizes Black cultural data as elevation, including population density, Black-owned businesses, and cultural sites. The greater the density of data, the higher the elevation. You could search, discover more than 30,000 points of interest, save favorites, and explore dozens of curated guides. We launched with a film called A Hymn Away from Home.
We are a people of many first steps.
Directed by Kelly Fife Marshall.
Black voyagers making a home of sun and clay.
With original poetry from Jasmine Mans.
Discovering time through Skyline.
Featuring Black-owned businesses from around the country, each one getting their own mini-documentary to share with their network. And paid media that pulls points of interest from the map to connect with travelers who are on their own journey.
we launched the Prime Video Dubbing Factory, a 100% TikTok contest that gave people the opportunity to become the next French voiceover artists of one of our shows. All they had to do was to dub an extract of their favorite content using the duet functionality.
Mon père a disparu le jour de ma naissance et ma mère entre et sort de désintox comme si c'était un fast-food. Personne n'attend rien de moi.
It feels like a karaoke, right? But it was way more complicated than that.
Oh, ça va. On se détend, les gars. On se détend.
The operation sent the TikTok community crazy. Influencers was there too.
T'as embrassé? Qu'est-ce que t'as dit?
Comme si c'était un fast-food.
Comment t'as été tortillé avec Manu aussi?
Je savais pas, vous avez essayé de vous jeter dans le temps.
And so were the real French voiceover artists.
Alors ça, tu vois, c'est une bonne question.
And from the 83,000 participations, we had to select the best one.
Ouais, bah pendant que t'embrassais un autre mec, moi je baisais Molly.
And we kept our word, bringing Philippe to the actual recording session of The Boys Season 3, one of our most popular shows.
Ah oui, désolé. Tenez, ça doit être ça.
Joli calibre. Bienvenue.
The first app that not only detects objects,
Brandenburg Gate far away,
but also connects them with actions.
taking a picture,
A bus stop
bus stop,
can buy you the right ticket.
ticket bought,
A product
barcode,
can remove itself from the shopping list.
product removed.
Any object can be connected to any action.
Unlike other apps, the open architecture of .co allows integration of all kinds of object libraries, each containing thousands of objects, which can be set up to trigger actions in other apps, on websites, or even smart home devices. One or multiple of these connections come together in what we call presets.
The possibilities are endless. That's why .go is more than an app. It's a platform, allowing anyone to create their own solution and share it with the community. Individual users, but also businesses, brands, and other organizations.
Gold Paris introduces the Reaverse project. 1,828 cryptobees to bring nature back to life in the real world. Using the cleanest energy efficient blockchain Tezos, Gold created a collection of NFTs to support the rewilding of a nature reserve, the Millière Valley. 69 acres created by French photographer and environmental activist Yann Arthus Bertrand as an experimental project for the restoration of ecosystems. So, say hello to the cryptobees, 1,828 NFTs to sponsor the rewilding of the 1,828 parcels of the land. Each of these pieces of art is connected to the parcel with unique characteristics that represent the richness of the real natural reserve. 21 natural materials inspired by the geology of the reserve. 15 varieties of flowers and plants identified in the area. 4 levels of rarities were created through generative art and artificial intelligence. 100% of sales are invested in the renaturalization of the reserve. On launch, the collection was #1 on objects for 48 hours, generating more than $100,000. A huge success for this one-of-a-kind initiative that has gone all around the world.
Okay, now hold your breath, because it's time for our most emotive and dramatic category, responsibility, or cause-related advertising. The category is sponsored by ACT Responsible. ACT stands for Advertising Community Together, which has a mission to encourage and promote cause-related advertising. Let's look at the golds, who are all Grand Prix contenders. Once again, we've edited the case studies so we can show all the winners.
You want to see the deaf people? Deaf people? Pictures? Come.
Eine neue Aktion soll die Gaffer nun mit ihren eigenen Mitteln schlagen.
Johanniter Unfallhilfe, one of Germany's biggest rescue organizations, developed an innovative digital pattern that functions like a camouflaged QR code, covering ambulances, paramedics, and equipment. Smartphone cameras capture the multi-angle QR codes in milliseconds and show a warning directly on the screen. Onlookers catch themselves in the act and are immediately shown the consequences and educated about proper behavior at accident scenes. Today, it is already in use throughout the country and will soon be extended to other emergency organizations to make rescue operations safer.
Wir stellen fest, dass dieses direkte Konfrontieren mit der Situation die Leute dann schon schockiert und ihnen auch klar macht, wie gesagt, das ist hier kein Spiel, sondern das ist bittere Realität.
Toys of the world. We've been putting up with being typecasted for years, being told that we were created to play either with boys or either with girls. The time has come to say enough is enough. We claim our right to play with 100% of the boys and girls, not with 50%. That's why we've called for a strike.
We created a digital strike kit to join the movement through #ToyStrike. And we asked people to stop playing with toys on December 12th. Social debate put the toy industry, ministry, and families together to sign a pioneer agreement in Europe.
Bueno, se acabaron los anuncios de niñas jugando a las cocinitas y de niños jugando a la pelota. La próxima Navidad va a estar prohibido por ley. Consumo y los fabricantes de juguetes han firmado un acuerdo para fomentar la igualdad en la publicidad infantil.
Ich habe Probleme bei der Bedienung des Tablets, weil ich immer nicht auf die richtigen Buchstaben zum Beispiel komme.
My wife says, well, just hit the button. It's not as easy as it used to be.
Ich glaube ganz bestimmt, dass diese Stable App auf jeden Fall den Patienten helfen kann.
It allows me to be more involved, more independent.
Make me feel less frustrated.
Until we have a more definitive cure for tremors, this is a tool that's going to make patients' lives a lot easier.
What we're seeing here is an attempt by Putin to wipe out.
UNESCO is incredibly concerned, of course, and will be holding a special session. And there is great fear that Russia will try to simply wipe it out.
Talk about an app that was invented and allows preservation of
Ukraine's Minister of Culture and Information Policy.
The Copenhagen bench, elevated by 85 centimeters, to match the UN climate report's estimate for the rise of sea levels by 2100. In collaboration with the original producer, 15 elevated benches were created. The benches were then put up on central locations in the largest cities in Denmark. And they immediately grabbed people's attention. We then followed up with an integrated campaign, led by famous Danish ambassadors sitting on the unusually high bench. and soon everyone began to use the benches to sit down and take a stand.
Dramatic stuff. Now it's time for the last gold winners of the evening, film. We live in a digital world, but with the amount of amazing content we see online, film is more vibrant than ever before. Let's look at the gold candidates for the Grand Prix.
What's wrong?
all okay?
कमल, do you realize कि आज क्या हुआ? आज मेरे पास सिर और अमन के घर जाने का बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं था। हाँ, मैं बस 5 मिनट में मेल भेज रही हूँ। मैं घर पहुंच ही रही हूँ। हाँ, बिल्कुल हो जाएगा।
नए लोग हैं, मिल लेते हैं ना।
I had so much to do. So मैंने तुम्हें कहा भी, पर just acted like my time didn't matter.
Hi, I'm Kamal. My wife Seema. हम लोग ऊपर रहते हैं.
I'm Sid.
I'm Aman. Hi.
अंदर आइए ना.
हम बस नाश्ते की तैयारी करते हैं. Please have some.
अमन फर्स्ट क्लास पोहा बनाता है. अंदर आइए ना.
Come.
Yeah, please. This way.
चाय लेंगे या कॉफी? चाय?
चाय.
Awesome.
तुम उनका घर देख रहे थे और
बाथरूम में रखा है एरिएट. ओके.
मैं उन्हें I suddenly realized that
यार चाय बना दिया.
we don't have what they have. मैंने तुम्हें बताने की कोशिश भी की, पर देखो साथ में कैसे काम करते हैं. तुमने मेरी बात समझी नहीं.
इसमें क्या है? जब मैं और अविनाश कॉलेज में साथ रहते थे ना, तो हम भी सारा काम बांट के ही करते थे.
और जब चाय गिरी. Thank you.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
सिर्फ मुझे ही सब कुछ करना पड़ता है. Have you thinking कि अगर सिर और अमन एक साथ काम कर सकते हैं, तुम अविनाश के साथ एक साथ काम बांट के करते थे तो मेरे साथ क्यों नहीं? मतलब तुमने मुझे अपने बराबर समझा नहीं ना? You ever see me as your equal?
Hi, Gwen, right? Benji, I live just...
Benji, of course, from...
Yes. Hi. Bit of a weird one, but you haven't been getting any of my parcels, have you?
No, love, can't say I have.
It's just I've ordered quite a few things online recently, and with our addresses being so difficult to find, I can see why it might get...
I'll let you know if anything arrives.
Hey, Tam Tam. How are you?
Well, it's been hard with Dad these days, and so I was thinking maybe...
Your mom's car.
I mean, you know, she taught me to drive in that car.
You up for a little night work? Don't mind me. Thank you.
It's what Mom would have wanted. You know that.
It's the best Christmas gift I could ever have. You ready?
I'm ready.
Virgo, you ready?
Yeah, you're ready.
Was wünschst du dir eigentlich zu Weihnachten?
Ich wünsche mir, dass du nicht immer zu Hause rumhängst. Dass du dich einfach rausschleichst.
Ja, ich bin gleich da.
Wir nicht wissen, wo du bist. Ich wünsche mir, dass Papa dich abholen muss. Weil du viel zu viel getrunken hast. Ich wünsche mir, dass du die Schule schleifen lässt. Weil dir alles andere wichtiger ist. Weil es dir scheißegal ist, was ich davon halte. Ich wünsche mir, dass du hier heimlich eine Party feierst. Und dass du diesem Mädchen endlich sagst, dass du sie liebst.
Ich mag dich.
Ich mag dich auch. Und dass sie dir das Herz bricht. losziehst. Ich mag dich.
Es ist okay.
Ich wünsche mir einfach, dass du deine Jugend zurückbekommst.
And it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. My heart is like an open highway. Like Frankie said, I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive.
Now, as a change of scene, I'm going to take you to the Groucho Club in London, where just 2 days ago we hosted the Grand Prix debates and a Meet the Press event. There were around 20 jurors from all over the world, including representatives from Adweek, Campaign, Creativity, Shots and their equivalents. Unfortunately, jurors from more distant countries couldn't join us in person, but they all voted on the work. As I mentioned earlier, the jury was presided over by David Greiner, co-founder of the non-profit Creative Ladder. Now, let's not waste any more time. Stand by for clips from the jury debates and, more importantly, the Grand Prix winners.
The Epica Awards is such a blast every time, and it's fun, but honestly, it's just an incredible opportunity to get to talk to the journalists that are making these decisions around the world. Are some of the most fascinating people I've ever met, and I look forward to the conversations around the Epica Awards more than almost anything in the marketing world. I truly love it.
This year, the PR category was extremely strong, surprisingly. Not always happens such. And that resulted in a great thing that we have two Grand Prix winners this year, totally different. The one is for a traditional Grand Prix contender from every creative awards around the world, IKEA. And that's the name catalog campaign. But what we like is both simplicity of the idea, pure execution, but also the fact that for a brand like IKEA, such a strong and well-known brand, you need not only courage to play with it a bit, but also a lot of generosity to play in the right way. And that's exactly what happened in this case, showing the names of the people in the connection with the brand and real products from the catalogs over the dozen years of IKEA history.
So one of the PR campaigns that won the Grand Prix was called The Missing Chapter by Procter & Gamble. And it was a fascinating campaign because it was a localized campaign that was really filling the gaps that government and municipal campaigns hadn't filled. And that was really important because actually this was a gap that was something that was missing for women and young women for years, decades perhaps even. So this was a really significant, profound campaign that was showing how advertising can be a really catalyst for really significant social change.
Thank you. Thank you, Epica, for this honor. We will continue to fight for the future of millions of India's girls. Thank you.
This year, the Innovation Grand Prix went to Macon, New York, for a MasterCard campaign called the Touch Card. So, which is this campaign because we really appreciated that a company realized that they can help people with disabilities, and they can invent a really simple tool for them. And what's more, they created a really good campaign for it. So we gave the prize them because of the idea, because of the realization that it's a problem, and because of the really good campaign which matched to the problem, which matched to the people they spoke about.
It sounds like a simple thing that should have existed for years, but in fact is incredibly innovative, particularly for a brand like MasterCard, which is a huge company. Sometimes difficult to get these companies to move, to innovate, and yet McCann did that. It's not the first time they've done that kind of thing with MasterCard. We thought this was really the innovation of the year and deserved absolutely to win. So the Media Grand Prix was won by an agency called Mirum for the Pirate Match. And the idea was that many people pirate incredibly important soccer or football matches, and so to discourage them from doing this, they created a kind of fake soccer match where you stumble across the thing and you find really ridiculous players doing silly things, and it kind of encourages you to take out a subscription to the real service and watch the real match. It was funny, it was innovative, it captured the attention of the room, it was an innovative use of a media platform, and so it really deserved this prize.
Hi everyone, we are from Mirum Brazil. We are here to thank you for this award. We are thrilled with the results of this, so thank you so much. It's an honor for us to be recognized by such great professionals. So, as we say in Portuguese, obrigado!
So yeah, I have the thankless task to tell you why we don't have any Grand Prix in print and design. We had a couple of great gold winners, but we felt that really nothing stood out there and surprised us totally and was very innovative. So we decided not to give Grand Prix, but gold is a great honor. So kudos to all the gold winners here, but unfortunately no Grand Prix, so sorry for that.
Well, the Responsibility Grand Prix goes to Scholz and Friends for their anti-look campaign for the Johanniter in Germany. It's a smart campaign that can save lives on highways, for instance, and it's visually quite attractive. It's a great campaign, and it can be used by other rescue services all over the world.
So the Digital Grand Prix went to Rethink from Canada for the Heinz Ketchup AI, and their idea was brilliant actually. They worked out that if you type the word ketchup into an AI, it comes up with a bottle that looks exactly like the Heinz bottle, and which sounds as if it can't be true, but in fact we tried it live in the jury room and the exact same thing happened. So not only is this a fantastic idea for a campaign, it's absolutely authentic and true. So there you go, congratulations to them.
Hey everyone, Jeff and Zach from Rethink here. We just want to say on behalf of everyone at Rethink who worked on Ketchup AI, thank you so much for recognizing us with this award. This campaign was a blast to work on, and we're so grateful that it's resonated with you.
I just want to do a special shout out to our friends at Kraft Heinz, Nina, Jackie, Alyssa, and Megan.
And in honor of this award, we typed in awards acceptance speech hyper-realistic into DALL-E, and this is the image we got.
Thanks again.
This year's Film Grand Prix in Epica was The Spider in the Window from Leo Burnett, Germany, and such a fun and fantastic ad for Samsung. The spider in the window is such classic advertising that it's almost timeless, except that the CGI, the animation is so perfect and so modern. But this idea of a spider, not the prettiest animal in the world, falling in love with a kind of ugly phone because it has so many eyes is just so compelling and so timeless, and just was a perfect choice.
The show isn't quite over yet, because we still have to announce the Agency of the Year and the Network of the Year, based on those who've won the most awards overall. So, the Agency of the Year is Rethink Canada, which heads a list of Canadian agencies who were particularly present in the awards this year. Meanwhile, McCann is the Network of the Year for the 5th time. I'd like to thank them for their loyal support of the Epica Awards and congratulate them, of course, for the consistently high standard of their work. So that brings us to the end of the 2022 Epica Awards. Personally, I've had a great time looking at all the work, and I hope you have too. A huge thanks to everyone who entered. It really means a lot to us. Thanks to all the jury members, and of course to the Epica team working tirelessly behind the scenes. That's it for now. We wish you a joyful festive season and a healthy, happy and peaceful new year. Good night.